Hello, welcome to Master's Idea. Today we'll be talking about C++. We want to begin our series on C++. My name is Abraham. If you are just coming to this channel for the first time, thank you for coming. But if you have been a subscriber, thank you for staying with us. I want to assure you that we're improving on our videos every time. And in this series, we're going to be talking about C++. And from my experience, one of the things that I know that has been a form of difficulty for new programmers is is setting up the system environment for them to be able to code. And so if you watch most of my series, we always start from there. And so today we're going to start introduction to C++, and we're going to talk about, in the next two videos, we'll be talking about installing the C++ compiler and setting up the development environment. Now, a brief introduction of C++. It is cross-platform. Cross-platform simply means that it can be used in many operating systems. Simply means that it can be used in many operating systems, or the major one, Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, and then Linux can be used in all of them. And so the C++ is one of the programming languages that is used for game development, and all the most popular programming languages for game development. It was developed by Gianni Stostor as an extension to the C language. C++ gives programmer a high level of control that C does not do over system resources and memory. It has developed over years. Now, setting up the development environment, step one. In this video, we will focus on only the step one, and that is installing a compiler. C++ is a compiled language, which means whatever you're writing will be compiled and translated into machine code. That is the code that the computer can understand and execute. Now, the next slides will be discussing on different operating systems that are available. The first of them is Windows. So for Windows installation, this is my recommendation. You download the My System 2 software. When you download the software from this website, if you download it into your system, it will look like this picture in your download. So what you do is run the installer and follow all the steps in the wizard. It will require, note that it will require a minimum of Windows 8.1 or newer. So Windows 10, Windows 11, and any other recent Windows will go with it. It's one of the most updated C++ compiler installation installation software that we have available. In the wizard, make sure that you choose your desired installation destination. Because we are going to use it later, but I recommend that you leave the directory that is already selected for you, because you will be able, it will now align with the instructions that we will give next. If not, you choose your own and take note of the folder of the destination, the directory that you have chosen to install it. Please note that when it has completed, you must ensure that you check. There's a checkbox that says run my system 2 now. So make sure you check that box. When you check that box and then you click on select finish, this will open the my system 2 terminal in your window for the next instruction. So if the my system 2 terminal is open in your window, all you need to do is to add this code to it. Most times this dollar symbol is already there, so you just add the Pac-Man and all that. So once that code becomes successful and it is running, it will produce the following things. To produce this, you don't have much to do here, but see the things that it has in it for it to be able, or the things that it needs for it to run properly, and it will ask you whether you want to install them: GCC, GCC part1, GCC lib, GDB, and all that. So we'll go to the next slide, and it still continues until you get about 19 things that it wants to install. Now it is recommended that you just press enter because we want to accept all of them. But if you are sure the one you need, you can just write the number of that one and also press enter. But if you leave it empty, which is the default, if you leave it empty as it is and just press enter, it will just uninstall all of them. So note that if you press enter, the default number of packages is by pressing enter. If you press enter, all of them will enter. Then when you finish the installation, it will tell you whether you want something that has to do with no or yes. So we recommend that you choose the yes, which is the Y, when prompted to proceed with the installation. Now, when that is complete, the next thing you're going to do is to add the compiler to the Windows part environment. Now, adding the compiler to the Windows part environment, you are simply saying that the system should recognize that you have a compiler. If it is in other programming languages, maybe like Python, they will ask you during the installation wizard, you add it to part immediately, but this one does not do that, so you add it by yourself. And because we are talking about Windows, the first thing you need to do is to go to your Windows bar. Let me demonstrate that. You go to your Windows bar and type environment variable. As you are typing in NV, it will come up. So this is it. You click on this. When you click on this, it will open. When it opens, the next thing you're going to see is edit environment variable. When you click on edit environment variables, the environment variable itself will now show. Once it shows up, you now click on environment variable. When you click on environment variable, under the user variable, you choose path. Under the user variable, you choose path. When you choose path, you click on new. When you choose path, you click on edit. When you click on edit, you click on new. And then you copy the code we are going to show you. This is it. You copy it and paste there. I already done my own, that's why you're seeing it here. You can also do the same thing for the system part, just to be on the safe side. So all you need to do is click edit, click new, add it, and click OK, click OK, click OK. Those are the next thing. You select user variables, select path, and then click on edit. Those are the things I just explained. Then when you click on edit, you click on new, and then you paste this because you left it at the default during the installation. Are you seeing where it is becoming useful now? You just click OK and OK. You just demonstrate. So if you have any console application that is open or any environment that is open, for the path to be updated for that application like VS Code to see the path, you need to restart it, and at that point it cannot recognize it. So for instance, for you to verify that the installation has been completed, you need to go to your command prompt, which is CMD. When you go to your command prompt, you wait for the command prompt to load. When you go to your command prompt, you can type GCC version, press enter to show you the GCC version. If you have any error here, means your installation was not complete. You can ask me questions from the comment section and it will be answered. Then you have GCC G++ version. You can also have G version. So when you test these three and all of them are in good shape, it means that your installation has been completed. So that is for Windows. Now for Linux, you can install the GCC from https://gcc.gnu.org, or you install CLang from the terminal. On CLang, you can find CLang in this URL. How do you do that from the terminal? You do that by typing sudo apt install G++. So when you open your Linux terminal, you can do that from there. But note that GCC is pre-installed in most Linux distribution, Ubuntu, Kali, G++, GCC is always installed in them. Then the next thing we are going to talk about is Mac OS. For Mac OS, you can install GCC via the terminal by scode select install, and GCC will be installed. To verify in Mac OS that it has been installed, you just open your terminal and type CLang++ and the version. So when it shows you the version information, it means that the installation will be completed. Thank you very much.